Well, for more on this, I am joined in the studio by Armen, Georgian. Armen, the Taliban spokesperson says the group also wants peaceful relations with its neighbors. How has that been received in the region?
Well, we've seen a few countries trying to start this new relationship in a positive way. We've seen that with China particularly, also to some extent Pakistan, Russia, and Iran, although of course there's a lot of jitters in the region. If we just take the two big strategic partners in this region, that's China and Pakistan, they have a lot of projects in common, economic projects. You can see on this map the China-Pakistan economic corridor. That's that blue line going down from the Xinjiang region of China right through Pakistan and down towards the Arabian Sea. That project goes very close to Afghanistan's border. So China and Pakistan have a shared interest in not having any spillover of instability now from Afghanistan that could endanger those joint projects. And they're concerned about militant groups as well. So in the case of China, they're worried about something called the ETIM, the East Turkestan Islamic Movement, which they see as a threat to China. Pakistan is concerned about the Tehrik-e-Taliban, or TTP, which is a banned group in Pakistan. So both Pakistan and China will want to make sure that the Taliban can guarantee now that Afghan territory won't be used as a sort of launching pad for some of these groups. And I think also what they'll be saying to the Taliban is that essentially if the Taliban play their cards right, here's where the incentive comes in, then perhaps Afghanistan could be included in some of these joint economic projects in the future, particularly when it comes to these Chinese Belt and Road initiatives.
But Armen, Russia has nonetheless announced a month of military exercises with Tajikistan. What does that suggest?
Well, it's not the first time that they've done military exercises, actually. The Tajikistan authorities are very concerned about one particular thing, which is Ansarullah, which is a militant group that has set up positions on the border between Afghanistan and Tajikistan. This is a group which has had contacts with other militant groups in the past in Pakistan and elsewhere. They're very concerned now about infiltration possibly of militants into Tajikistan, as well as extremist literature, drug smuggling, weapons, and so forth. So that is Tajikistan's big concern. By extension, it's also Russia's concern as well, because Tajikistan and Russia are allies in something called the Collective Security Treaty Organization, or CSTO. So I think that's really why that has a lot to do with the current military exercises. But by extension, I think, again, I talked about possible spillover from Afghanistan earlier when it comes to China and Pakistan. There's a similar concern, I think, among the Central Asian republics, many of which are members of this same organization, the CSTO. Let me show you a map of the countries that I'm talking about. So you can see Afghanistan just to the north, Tajikistan, which is really, as I said, feeling the heat from the Taliban takeover. But also you've got Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, which are also members of this CSTO organization with Russia. These are all, by the way, former Soviet states. So they're all in one way or another concerned by developments now.
Okay, Armen, Georgian, thank you as always for that analysis. To Haiti.